Now, there's a skeptic. If you want to meet a skeptic, St. Thomas is your man. And if you want the answers and some wisdom how to deal with skepticism, they're sitting right here on the couch. Father Michael White and Tom Corcoran, authors of Rebuilt, members of the parish and the Nativity and Timonium. And I say members because you truly are. You're part of that community, aren't you?
I hope to be considered part of the community.
I tell people in my parishes that too. I say, this is my parish. I worship here.
Right.
You know, I'm part of this community.
The pastor's part of the parish.
Priest, I'm part of your family.
That's right.
That's a great thing. But in the midst of our Catholic life, we do sometimes experience doubt. And so a new book here, the latest in the series, Rebuilt Faith, a Handbook for Skeptical Catholics. What prompted the writing, the production of this new volume?
Well, I think that we've found so many faithful Catholic families who are experiencing the departure from the faith of family members. And it leaves them unarmed as to what to do about that in a positive way. So we definitely wanted to address skeptical Catholics for our faithful Catholics.
And this book is brand new, Tom. And so this is a bit of a preview. We're very fortunate to be able to share this good news with people just before Christmas. But I know you have high hopes for this as a resource, not just for individual Catholics, but for parishes across the country.
Yeah, so, I think a lot of this, in skepticism, it's not necessarily an apologetics book. People might think that. It's more how to enter into the experience of faith. I think we're in an age where experience matters a lot more than, I'm a truth guy, but, than arguments or from reason. And so this is meant to lead a community of people into a different engagement or greater engagement in their faith. So it's meant to be a 40-day journey. That's kind of the other subtitle, 40 days to uncover what matters. That leads both individuals, but also we hope whole parish communities can do it together and get more engaged in their faith as a result.
And I think that word engagement is really the key word, because that's what we've lost in so many of our parishes post-COVID. A sense of engagement. People stayed home for a period of time and they decided that was comfortable, and they're still at home. Let's get them re-engaged.
What is the process? By the way, it's great to have you here. Merry Christmas to the
It's
two
a
of you.
Christmas tradition.
I know, it really is. It's become a great tradition, and we really appreciate you making the effort, because in a parish, I know, because I'm kind of frazzled right now. Christmas is right around the corner, but yet you're sitting here in Boston like nothing's going on, so we're really grateful.
I'm sure our staff appreciates that too.
Get them out of here.
I think they do, actually.
Actually, yeah.
What about an individual reader, like, for example, myself? Can I use this to in a practical way to help me to deepen my faith?
I think so.
Yeah, so again, it's meant to be experienced personally and individually, and that you read each day. It's about 7 to 8 minutes a day that you read, and a reflection in over 6 weeks' time. So there's a theme each week, and then you can read, and then there's some reflection questions for yourself. So if you'd like to journal, you can do that as well. And then we say, read, reflect, rebuild on that theme, and the rebuild is just turning that to prayer. How do we turn that back to God and say, based on what I've read today, based on some of the reflection I've had, God, what do you want me to do with this? As I said, it's meant to be an experiential book. We talk about steps of discipleship and how we can engage more, again, in our faith, and it's meant to lead us into action, not just be an intellectual exercise.
It's an exercise. It's a series of exercises, and it can be done individually. It can be done with a group of friends, a small faith-sharing group, or as a parish. We really hope that some of our parishes, like our Watertown parish, right, might try it.
We were talking about that in the green room.
Yeah, so we've actually created some resources too for parishes that they can come together. So if they want to have a small group, or even homily prompts for pastors who might want to preach on it, or bishops who might want to preach on it.
Where would you find those resources? Are they on your website?
They are on Ave Maria Press. So our
Ave Maria
publisher
Press.
has kits and whole things that. So again, our hope is, part of we had this experience of talking about some of the steps of discipleship. We've seen how it's reinvigorated our parish as people have come together on these steps of discipleship we talk about. And
that's really important to us, that everything we talk about has been part of our experience in rebuilding faith as a parish.
Yeah, so
it's from our experience.
I started to ask you, like, how do you put this together? What's the process? I mean, it's no small thing to write a book, and you just keep pumping them out.
Well, we have a little joke that without me, the book would never get started. Without Father Michael, it would never get finished. So I'm pretty good.
He's the starter. I'm the finisher.
Yeah. So we are a team. I don't know if we're a good team. No, we try to be a good team together on that.
Some days better than others.
But this does come to, as Father Michael said, out of our parish experience. So we are able to share stories and testimonies in there about people we've met who've kind of put some of the things we're talking about into practice, and how they show that this does work. That the way in which we talk about serving, we talk about growing in generosity, about being engaged in Christian community, of course, prayer, sharing our faith with others. That these are sort of the steps and how these have helped other people in our community grow. We share those stories.
Think about it as an adventure.
I like that.
An adventure of faith.
Life is certainly an adventure, and with faith, it's even more so. So Christmas, you're going to celebrate Mass here on Christmas Eve.
Right, and
Thank
then
you very much. And then in the evening, we're going to be able to
I'll be
part
back
of
at my
your community.
parish. Yeah. And we actually go off campus on Christmas Eve. We've talked about this before. I think you might have some pictures of that as well.
There it is.
We go, there I am.
Who's
Oh
that
my
young
goodness.
man?
Yeah, how about that?
Reading
And
the Gospel of Christmas.
that is at the Maryland State Fairgrounds. We go to a facility called the Cow Palace. So we have Christmas Mass in a stable, but it's big. That's the point. Because everybody...
You need it to be big.
We need it to be big. You know this too. Every Christmas Eve, everybody wants to come to the early Mass.
They do.
So we just try and accommodate them.
Very good. Well, we're looking forward to offering Mass together with you on Christmas Eve, and then Christmas Eve evening from Timonium. And also, where can people get a copy of this book, because the New Year's coming and the 40 days of Lent are right around the corner?
You can buy it wherever books are sold, so Amazon, Barnes & Noble, those places, but also our publisher, Ave Maria Press, AveMariaPress.com, and that's also where you can get a kit if parishes are interested in doing this as a Lenten exercise.
Rebuild Faith, a handbook for skeptical Catholics, which we all are at one point or another. Father Michael, great to see you again.
Thank you, Bishop.
God bless you. Merry Christmas to the two of you.
Merry Christmas.
Good. And look forward to celebrating Mass with you twice on Christmas Eve.